Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the old wide world. My name's Jade. This is How to App iOS. We are going to look at something which I think is flippin' unbelievable. Yes, indeed. We are gonna do stuff. Hey, what's going on? Rare that it's a me and I'm actual Cam. That's because Pete Johns' for the 50th episode of GarageBand Weekly. So congrats, Pete, on that. Thanks for having me on the show. That was cool to catch up with some of my favourite people in the big old world. That was cool. I don't know. Is the sound choppy? I hope it's not choppy. I shouldn't be having it. Well, that sucks. What's going on? My internet should be okay. What have I got? Frames? Any frames or anything like that? There are no wires to wiggle. Everything's look, it's probably. Oh, I know what it is, man. Fucking StreamYard. Fuck, I hate that program. It's gonna have something to do with StreamYard, I'll bet. You know what? Let's. I can't do anything about it. Maybe hang on. We'll try this. I don't think I can do anything about it. I can't even. All good now? Look, StreamYard is a piece of shit. Don't use it. Sorry, that's my... Don't listen to people. Seems okay now? All right, good stuff. Hey, mistakes make you better, folks. That's what we're all about. So, look, it's probably just cleaning out StreamYard of my browser. I just cleaned out the cookies. StreamYard always fucks things up for me for some reason. And it is what it is. So, okay, so into today, because I'm talking too much shit. And, all right, we are going to look at, you know what? I'm all lost because I was rushed to get started. So firstly, I will say, if you are watching Facebook, welcome to the show. You can always come over here to YouTube at youtube.com/JadeStarr and you can hang out with us. You can always watch the show too on How to App on iOS. Because it's streamed there every day as well, which is really cool too. Anything else I have to cover? All right, let's get straight into this. I can't even bring up my apps like I normally do because, can I? See, I don't have everything set up. So let's do this now live. I have to open Reflector. So I have forgotten to put my iPad on the screen. So we'll now, so I have to go here to my iPad, hit screen mirroring. Hopefully this doesn't mirroring and the code. What is it? And hopefully it'll connect. Doesn't look like it's connecting. Great. Awesome to see Reflector's not working. So I can't really do this. Come on, Reflector, why aren't you working? All right, let's go over here for a second. No, I've got no reflector. Great. Let's do this. Let's try and sort this out. Man, really loving this technology thing today. Fucking StreamYard. I'm done with it. All right, we'll try again. Screen mirroring. Okay, it's connected. Yay, good shit. Sorry about this, folks. Technology, they say, yeah? Technology, you gotta love it. So here is, let's come back over here. And there's my iPad. Woohoo, my iPad is back. Look at this, multitasking. I'll always be on your show, just not straight after. Am I doing a show again? So there's my iPad, everybody. So we've got a little bit of lag, but that's because I've got so much going on. So that's cool. We've got my iPad up here. So now, I know it's a small screen, we can go and have a look at All right. Good shit. So it's been our favorite week, Friday, the Friday Fun Day, the Black Friday, and all these apps. What did you buy? Did you buy apps? What did you treat yourself with? Leave a comment in the chat here, and I should say hello to everybody as well while you're doing so. Let me know what you bought. Bubba, hello. Tom Rochelle, Lady Rhodaline, Cold Acre, one of the admins here. Bubba is as well, so thank you for that. Daryl, Danny, Broderick, Scott, Clearly Epic. You are clearly epic. Deep Gravity, Penderget, Russ, hello. Who else have we got? Did I say Tom? My memory's really crap. Mark, hello. Scrolling down, catching up. Scott, hello. Perry D. I love shout-outs. I should do these straight off the bat so I don't have to scroll down. Gary Hubbs, hello. Dr. Zors. So look, I think I've got everyone. Capsulum, hello. Welcome to you too. Look, I hope you're all doing fantastic. And Perry D says, I bought nothing. You're doing better than me because I bought way too many things, including one of these that you can see on the screen right now, which is called a Mac Mini. So what are we looking at today? So look, let's forget the apps for today. I've got a show coming up straight after this, all right? We're going to look at an app. So today I'm doing a double header. So we're going to do this show and then straight away finish, and then we're jumping straight into another show, and we're looking at FabFilter Pro R, the best reverb app you will find on iOS, in my opinion. Okay, in my opinion. So what are we looking at today? So this is a little thing which I discovered trolling the internet, searching for interesting things around iOS. And this thing is called IDAM. Some of you may have heard of it. Some of you may have not. It is something that is built in to all of Apple's systems, basically. And it stands for Inter-Device Audio plus MIDI. All right. So think of inter-app audio, but this is, instead of like apps talking to each other, this is devices like your iOS devices, like your iPhone or your iPad, talking to your Mac. All right. Now, when Apple released the M1 chips, everybody got super excited, going, "Oh my God, we're going to be able to use apps, iOS apps on Mac." And it hasn't turned out the way lots of people thought. Thankfully, I didn't have my head in the clouds and kind of expected it wasn't going to be all of them. And it's definitely not all of them, but some of them do work. And in the future going forward, we are going to have some really exciting times, I think, with the merging of iOS apps and Mac apps. But in the meantime, if you have a Mac and you have an iOS device and you've always wanted to use, say, I don't know, Ravenscroft piano app, something like that, and you've wanted to record that into your GarageBand or Logic on Mac, now you can do it. And this is a feature, as I said, that has been there for the longest time. And it's I can't believe it's not really talked about or, I don't know, advertised on the tin. So let's get into it and have a look. How do we set this up? How do we do this? So as you can see here on my Mac, so I've got my Mac screen here and my iPad screen here. What I'm going to do is just jump over here for a second to this screen so I can get my ugly head off the camera. And I'm just going to move my camera so you guys can see what I'm doing, because I don't have my other camera set up. So hopefully this works and we can scoot back over here to my camera. And now you should be able to see, and please don't pay too much attention to all of the wires at the back. My cable management, adios Gary, we'll catch up with you soon. So please don't pay too much attention to my cable management at the moment. I know it's really bad. Let me just also, we'll zoom in a little bit more on my camera so you can actually see what's happening here. Let's go properties and zoom in a little bit. Okie dokie. Can I zoom in anymore? I don't think I can from here. That'll have to do. Okie doke. So, this is just so you can see that you know, I am touching and everything's moving along. So yeah, as I said, I've got a lot of crazy cable management happening here at the back, but that's because I'm just setting up the Mac. I'm just learning, you know, getting everything set up to do these shows so I can show you everything, and trying to get up a system where everything's all connected at once. And so over the next day or two, I'm going to be like restructuring all this wires now that I know, now that, as you can see here, the show is set up and you can see everything nice and cool. Right, so let's get into this. So on your Mac, the first thing you're going to need to do is have an audio interface so you can hear your sound through your Mac. So my audio interface is over here. It's a Steinberg, so you can see Steinberg UR22. This is connected into my Mac, so I can open up GarageBand and Logic and have all the sound going on there. And what I have here is just a USB-C to USB cord. So we all get one of these, and you can use your Lightning one if you have a Lightning device. Just the standard Apple cord. You don't need the USB 3 Apple dongle, all right, to do this. You just need the usual connector that you get in the box for any iOS device, be it the USB-C or your Lightning adapter. And all you need to do is plug it into your device and then plug it into the back of your Mac, into, if you've got a hub on your Mac or if you've just got into the USB port. And that's all the setup that you need to do. Just plug and play. Nice and simple. So then you want to go over to your Mac, okay? And what you want to do is find the audio MIDI settings. And to do that in your Mac, the way I did it, because I'm still learning my Mac, I've only had it for, you know, not even a week, was I wrote in the Spotlight search, which you can find up the top, as soon as my keyboard decides to work, I typed MIDI. And look what comes up, audio MIDI setup. So straight away, it's found where I need to go. So I click on that and it opens up this little window here. So can I make this large? Yes. Probably doesn't help. I should have left it small. Let's go back a little bit. It's actually easier to read small. So this shows you where everything audio is connected to your Mac device. So up here I've got my laptop that's connected. This is my my TV, my Mac speakers, and my Steinberg UR22. And as you'll see down here, there's my iPad connected just through the Lightning cable or the USB-C cable that comes in your box. And there's a little enable button here. So I'm just going to click on that, and it has a think about it. And as you can see, it's added it here underneath. So now it is it's recognized the device as an audio input or output. So if I right click on this, and you get these options here to use this device for sound input or output. So it's the same with all of these devices too. And now you can see here that my TV is set for output. So I need to fix that and now change my Steinberg for sound output. So there we go. We now have my iPad in to the Mac, and my Steinberg is the sound that's coming out. So that's pretty much the setup. It's pretty easy. We can scoot that away now. That's on. And now if we go over back to this screen, which great. We'll see if I can bring back, there we are. Man, Reflector's not doing a good job today. So now we have my iPad here. And just let's kick things off. So I want to kick it off by looking for Ravenscroft. So there's Ravenscroft. We'll open that up. Start off with Ravenscroft. So to kick things off, that sound is actually coming through my Mac. That's not coming through, that's actually coming through the Mac, and I don't have anything open. So pretty sweet, yeah? So how do we record into GarageBand and Logic? Now, I have to explain. GarageBand doesn't have all of the capabilities that Logic does. So, you can record audio tracks only when you're using GarageBand for this. You can't actually record MIDI. We'll go into what you can do with Logic next, but let's open GarageBand to kick things off here. Oh, you can't hear it. That sucks. Ah, maybe this. Couldn't hear Ravenscroft. Okay, so what can we do next? Maybe I can. Let's Oh, now it's back. Now it's working. Yeah. Is it working now? Maybe I can turn it up here. Let's see. Man, starting straight after another show really isn't a good idea, trust me, because normally I would have all this set up and working, and it's super frustrating today now. So I'm just going to try flicking on and off this. Yeah, great. Good times. Man, heaps of lag coming through this today as well. Do we have sound now? No, I'm guessing not. Awesome stuff. Monitor set on. I really don't know what to do. Good but faint. Yeah, I don't know why that is. It should be working, but it's not. Just going to check my settings over here on my laptop. Make sure. Yep, so that's right. Let's go to my settings on here on the Mac. Fuck. So sound is. Fuck, really? Let's try. Let's try this. I'm going to try something experimental here. It's probably not going to work, but such is life. Let's give it a go. Just bear with me a sec. Oh, man. Let's see if this works. Oh no, that's not going to work either. Nope. Do we have sound now? Yeah? Cool. All right, let me give that a bit of guzz. God, man, there's so much lag today. Fuck, I hate StreamYard. I swear to God, I hate that program. I'm sorry, they'll never be a sponsor on this show, ever. Every time I use it, every single time I use it, it fucks everything up. Sorry for my language, but it is what it is. Okay, so let's go back over here. So we've actually got sound here with lots of lots of lag. Yay. All right, so here we are in GarageBand. Let's start a new project over here. We'll go full screen for now. Sorry about this, folks. Let's go full. Let's get rid of this. We'll start a new project. And I don't want to save this. Yeah, the lag's shocking. Fucking. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to say their name again, because if you say them 3 times, they're like the Candy Man. All right, so when you open a project here in GarageBand, you are given this screen. If anybody's got Mac, GarageBand, you'll be used to this. Now, as I said, you can't do this trick using MIDI. All right, it won't record the MIDI in here on GarageBand. So what we want to do here is click the audio, the microphone. Now you'll see here in the input down here, it will tell you to select the Steinberg or your audio interface, but you'll see because I've connected my iPad and it's now in those MIDI, that MIDI section, it says here my instrument is connected with iPad. So that's pretty cool. And what you want to do is click on these arrows and turn this into a stereo input. And you want to make sure this box here is always checked. I want to hear my instrument as I play and record, and then basically just hit create. So now we have a track here, and we'll scoot back over to, so now you should see when I play these notes, and you don't. Of course you don't. Let's go back into my MIDI settings here and just make sure everything's still right. So it's because I've done that. So we'll go to my Steinberg here, use this as output, and this should, nope. Man, can I delete this show and start it all over again? Can I just go back and, you know, I feel like doing that. I feel like absolutely doing that. But yeah, see, no, iPad, it says it's enabled. Is it enabled? Let's have a look. Maybe it's not. No, it's enabled. iPad's enabled. Yeah, look, I'm going to try and disable it and re-enable it. This is bullshit. I think we're going to, I'm going to end the show, delete it, and I'm going to start it all over again because, you know, I actually had all this planned out, and this is just bullshit. And I'll just come back and do the other show. Let's see if this is working now. I can do whatever I want, can't I? There you go, look. And cool. Far out. And it looks like the lag's gone. So you can hear it now, yeah? Hopefully you can hear it now. All good. All right, so you can see there in, you know what? Mistakes make you better. Mistakes make you better. So there we go. So now you can see in GarageBand, we've got sound coming up through here. So that's pretty cool, yeah? Now it's heaps loud. I'm just going to turn this down. Can you guys hear that now? Still hear that? Cool. All right, so that's all I needed to do actually was just re-enable the iPad. That's all the problem was. So now you know if you have a problem, there's no sound coming through, just disable and re-enable the iPad. See, I'm learning as we go. Now I thought I had all this under control yesterday, but as it turns out, no. So now we have this set up here. So we can close that just to show you what else you can do. Now remember, you can grab anything here. So let's just, for example, open, all right, this is an app I'm going to look at sometime maybe this week or next week. Let's open Mononoke, right? So this app's really cool. Let's see. Wow. So you can see there, it's all coming through. But as I said, you can only record audio, okay? So if we hit record, we arm the record button here and get it going. Let's see what happens. Awesome. So it looks like it's recorded nicely. We can stop that. There's your track. So that's all good. So amazingly, we can like just duplicate this track. I've got to keep remembering to swap between different mice here because I've got so many mice, it's ridiculous. Let's just create a new audio track. Okie doke. So we can now go back to the start of this timeline, and I don't know, we can open up something else and see what else we can add in there. Something like, I'm probably going to look at this app this week. Something like Soft Drummer. So if we hit play here, so let's change the tempo of this to 120 to match the project here on Mac. And cool. So we'll hit record again and see what happens now with the right mouse. Maybe. There we go. Sweet. So it's recorded the drums, so we can make another track nice and easily. So as you can see, this is really cool, yeah? And you can do it with virtually any app. You can even, like, imagine, let's jump into something like AUM, and you could build up a project. So last week I built up this huge project. Let's just load that. So we'll go to Files. Let's just load up this huge project. Danny Broderick asks, will this work like this if I connect my iPhone to my iPad? No, I don't think that'll work. So I think it's between iOS devices and Mac. So as you can see, I'm loading up this huge project here in AUM, which has like GeoShred and a whole bunch of stuff in it. And I could essentially make sure the timing's at 120, and we can go back to the beginning of this project here. Let's just mute these drums we just recorded in that second track, and we'll hit record and we'll see how we go. Yeah. Okay, well that recorded as well, yeah. Pretty impressive, huh? So for all the drama we've heard about, like, you know, Mac, iOS apps working on Mac and like it's not working, and you know, and people being upset with the new Macs, this is a feature that has been in Mac OS and iOS for a very long time, and it seems like there's not a lot of people talking about that. So all these amazing apps that you're collecting now on your iOS devices can be used on something like Mac. But now let's take it a bit further, and I can show you something really cool. So if you use Logic, this is where things get really, really sexy. So let's just shut out all of these apps on my iPad. So they're all clear now. I've just cleaned out all the apps running in the background. Let's delete GarageBand for now. Yeah, exactly as Tom has put there. I do this on a 2011 MacBook Pro. This has been built in for a damn long time. So we'll close GarageBand out. Goodbye, GarageBand. I don't want to save this. It's a rubbish song. It's not really that good at all. It's quite crap. We can close this. So let's now open Logic up. and see what we can do here. Did I open GarageBand again? I did. So this is the thing. What I'm doing, to give you an idea, you can see here, I'm actually running my iPad, my Mac on... I can't actually see it, so I can only see my Mac through OBS. So it's a bit hard to see everything. It's quite small. So there we go. Here's Logic. And yes, I'm still running the free trial, and it looks like I have 89 days left. And I'm going to use every goddamn day of that free trial before I have to cough up that money, because I'm going to have to save up that money to buy Logic, because I just dumped $1,000 on this Mac, which is my Christmas present. So here we are in Logic. If you haven't used Logic before and you've used GarageBand, you'll see it's pretty similar, except there's a whole lot of fancy pants stuff under the hood, which is really cool. So now we're going to create a brand new track. So when you get to this screen, it's a little bit different than GarageBand. Let's go full screen so you can see what's happening. Whoops, not that one. This full screen. Right. So you get the option. You get all the same options here as what you would get on GarageBand. So you can add an audio track. You can add a guitar or bass or a drummer. You can add a software instrument, but you get this little extra bit here called external MIDI. So I'm going to click on that, and you can see here it says MIDI destination iPad. So it's recognized that the iPad is connected already, and I want to click use external instrument plugin, and this gives me more options. It adds these options. So definitely we want to have an audio input that's in stereo and an audio output that is in stereo as well. And the device going out is my Steinberg. The device going in is my iPad. So if I hit create now, it's created a MIDI track for me. Okay. So if you have a look, the little icon up here is for a MIDI track. And if I open an app up, let's, what can we open for fun? Let's open something like, let's go to MIDI and synths, see what we've got in here. Let's go for Synthmaster 1, yeah? Let's just open this sucker up. Let's see what we can do with this. La la la! And there you go. You can see straight away that is coming through again. So let's just flick through, grab a random sound here. Okie doke. So we've got sounds coming through there. I'll pull this down a little bit over here. Now I'm going to explain to you the difficulty of this. So you can record MIDI from your iPad. What you need to remember is it is only recording the MIDI data. Okay, you can play it back while the iPad is connected, so you will hear the sound of the app that you are using. But as soon as you unplug the iPhone from this, shut down this project, it will just become MIDI data. That is all, right? But here's the workaround. So if we record a track using the MIDI data, so if I hit record here, and let's just go. And nothing's recording. This is the problem we came across yesterday when I was setting this up. And it should be right now. So let me stop that. Stop. Thank you very much. Now, just to make sure I'm doing the right thing and make sure everything is connected correctly, I'll tell you why it's not working. I don't have... There's another step that you need to do to actually get this to work, right? So how I'll show you to get this to work. The key isn't, because not all apps have the MIDI features to be able to connect. So you've got to actually connect the MIDI to the Mac. And the best way for me to show you this is to go through AUM. So once again, AUM is one of the most versatile and amazing apps you will find on iOS. If you don't own it, I definitely recommend going out and purchasing it, making the purchase, because it will open up your world to many different concepts of making music outside of a DAW. So we're going to open AUM right now. I'm going to show you how this works. So let's flick over to my extra screen so you can see my iPad as well. So in AUM, I'm going to start a brand new track. I'm going to click audio, and we're going to add Synthmaster 1 as we just had open then. So we'll do a search for it. Why can't I find it? Let's just find anything. We can find anything in here. So let's grab, you know what? Let's just grab this fantastic little app. Okay, so here we go. Here we've got this app here. So we've got Wavely, MU Wavely, and I can't play it because I don't have a keyboard. So we need to connect the keyboard, the virtual on-screen keyboard, to this. So we go up the top here to this little squiggly button, and I'm going to connect the keyboard. So now when I bring up the keyboard, I've got sound here, and you can see the sound is appearing up there on the Mac as well. But if I hit record again, there's still going to be no sound. Just to show you that one more time, we hit record. It's not coming through as MIDI. So how do we fix this? Okay, so in these settings here, in where I click this little squiggly thing here, there's a button here that says IDAM MIDI host. I'm just hovering my mouse over it. You probably can't see it that well because the iPad's so small there. So you need to click that, and that is connecting the host, the iPad, over to the Mac. So now that that's selected, if I go back to the start here in our project and hit record this time, we should be able to get the MIDI notes. Let's have a look. And of course not. Of course it's going to make a liar of me. I think it's because, there we go. There you go. So the actual way I did that was over here. Let's stop that recording. So how I actually did that was on the keyboard controls down here, where your keyboard is, there's a little wrench. And it's the same principle. So the keyboard's connected, but I've got IDAM host here. So I just ticked the box there and made sure it was connected to the Wavely. And now you can see up there on Logic, we've got sound coming through. We've got MIDI notes coming through. And just we'll just delete this. And we'll go back to the start. God. I've got so many keyboards, folks. Sorry. I've got like a laptop. I've got 3 keyboards in front of me. It's so bizarre trying to remember which mouse. I've got a mouse down here and a keyboard. I've got a keyboard here. I've got a keyboard here. Man, it's confusing. So we're back at the start. So now, if we'll go full screen so you can see what's happening. When we hit record, now, you can see those MIDI notes. All right. So there you go. Now we're recording the MIDI. And if I go back and play that back, you'll hear it's the sound. There you go. And you can even edit this. So you can, and now here's the beautiful part. You can actually go into this now and edit this, fix up the quantization, change the notes, get it set to how exactly you want it to sound. All right. Using this particular sound, if I wanted to make sure I kept this sound from this particular app. And the next thing that we do would be to add a new track. Okay. So this is next level here. This is how we save the sound to keep. So imagine you've gone through, you've gone through your MIDI roll here. You've got it all sounding really great, ready to go, and now you want to keep this track, but you know you can't keep the MIDI because as soon as you unplug the iPad, you're going to lose the particular sound of the app that you've used to do it. So what we need to do is go up the top here, add a brand new track, and this time we're going to add an audio track. Okay, and once again it says the iPad here connected and the Steinberg, so that's pretty standard. Hit create, and now we've got an audio track here, and what you want to do is you want to hit record on this audio track, and then you want to go back to the start, and then you want to hit record, and this happens. And there you go. So essentially now you can go back up here to your MIDI track, click on this file and delete it because you've got it saved, ready to go. And now in the same MIDI track, you could say, I don't know, let's throw in some drums now. So we'll go back to this screen here. Here we are back over at our iPad, and we can go back into AUM. We can delete that. Let's just grab, for argument's sake, just a 909. So we've got this 909 app. That won't work. So what we want to do, oh yeah, that'll work. We want to go into the pads here. But let me just scroll along and find. Right, so here's the other thing you need to be aware of. If you're using pads on the screen, they won't come through when you're recording MIDI. You actually have to use either a physical MIDI keyboard, external keyboard, or the keys on the screen. In any drum app that has pads, it won't record the MIDI, right? So you have to actually use those. And Tom Rochelle says, I do this the reverse way. I have a digital piano connected to the MacBook, record the MIDI into Logic to control the iOS. So exactly, you can do it in a reverse way as well. So the thing is to first, after this, plug in, if you've got a Mac and you've got an iOS device, plug in, set it up, play around with it. I'm sure I haven't unlocked all of the secrets yet. I've only just discovered this yesterday. So, this is crazy for me. So as you can see here, let's make sure that's locked. Cool. So if I take this project back to the start, and now we just start recording, I can add a beat to this using the keyboard. Oops. Hey, where's undo? Is undo easy to find? How's this? I haven't even used undo before. Let's go big screen so I can see it. See what I did there? I recorded over the second track. I love this shit. Edit. Undo recording. There we go. So it's Z. So we want to uncheck recording here and leave recording up the top. All right. There we go. We'll go back to the start. Command Z is your friend, folks. So I can flick back here. Let's try that again. We'll hit record again. How's that great keyboard sound? I'm not going to try and play anything good today because it's not going to come out good. I know that. All right, so there we have a drum track there. And again, you can edit it here. You can quantize it. You can do all that kind of stuff. You can get in and quantize it, make it all fancy pants. So if we go down here and hit quantize, we can choose like half notes, quarter notes. If we can do all that, so we have to select all these. That would be a good start, yeah. So just select them all, quantize, and there we go. So we've quantized that, and that'll sound absolutely horrible. But once again, all you need to do to move on, because it's not going to save that sound from this particular app. So again, just do a new audio track, hit create, hit record over here. Oops, not on that one. We want the one underneath. And take it back to the start, and basically, and we want to mute this sound. And awesome, it's not recording, but you get what I'm saying. Man, what else can go wrong today? I swear to God. There we go. It's because I didn't actually have it set properly. So let's try that again. We want to go, okay, goodbye. Is that right? I can't even see the screen. It's so small. And it's not working again. There you go. I love it. But you get the point. And I'm running out of time because I've got another show straight after this, and I've got to change up a whole bunch of stuff. So that's where we're at with it. So it seems like it's a bit clunky today, but you'll understand, I'm sure. This show's been a bit of a mess. Maybe we'll revisit it and do a better version of this once I've learnt a bit more. But all I wanted to do was pretty much today just show you this technology is here. We've all got it right now. Okay? I think you need to select the MIDI track before you record. Oh, yeah, I do too. Yeah, so I need to, yeah, all good. And you are right there. So I need to select that. Let's just Command Z. Just to make sure we're doing the right thing. We'll go back to the start here. Click the MIDI track. Now we'll hit record. And, oops. When I hit this one to record, this one we don't want to record. And if we hit record now, let's see, does it work? Man, I give up today, really, honestly. It's been one of those days. All right, so I'm going to get moving on that. But you can see the point of this all is to show you that you can do this technology, and it's built in. It's all really cool, and you can virtually use any app. The best way to do it is through AUM to get things started, because some apps allow you to go into the MIDI settings, and you'll be able to choose this section here. So choose the IDAM MIDI host. Some apps let you do that, like the Korg apps let you do that, for example. But if your app in particular doesn't let you do it, open it up in AUM, and then you'll be able to do it, because AUM has so many options for doing that. So really cool stuff. This is just another thing to open the doors to do something else, to break away from the norm and do dangerous things. Okay, just tried using my iPhone X as my Mac doesn't show it on the MIDI setup screen. Any thoughts? I haven't tried plugging in my iPhone to it, and I don't actually have. I have my iPhone here. Maybe it doesn't work, but I'm sure I did read that it does work, and I don't think my iPhone is plugged in. Let's see. We've got a few minutes, because there's going to be 10 minutes between shows now. So if I plug in my iPhone, let's see. What could go wrong? What could possibly go wrong, yeah? That hasn't already. And yeah, that's what these shows are about. It's about learning on the fly, exactly. So if we jump over to the Mac here, we'll shut down... We'll shut down this because we don't need it anymore. Goodbye, Logic. I don't want to save it because it's a pile of junk. Now we'll go into the MIDI screen here and see, has my iPhone. So we'll disable that. And we'll actually unplug it. And we'll see what happens if I plug in my iPhone. And it's not finding it. So maybe it's not for iPhone. There you go. Thank you very much for pointing that out. See, I hadn't tried it. Just to make sure, how about we unplug this? Just going to double check. Be 100% sure. Sorry, I'm just actually plugging the iPhone into the back of the Mac instead of just into a USB hub. Oh, come on. Damn. 1 second. All right, so there we go. Look, so I had it plugged into a hub and it didn't find it, but now I've plugged it into the back of the Mac, and there it is. There's my iPhone. So I should be able to enable that. There it is, and we should be able to select it as sound input. So there you go. It's all there and working. What can I, if we open up AUM quickly, and we'll add a audio source. What can we add? We'll add an AV extension. I'll add iSymphonic. Add the keyboard, so you can't see this, sorry. And IDAM host. And let's quickly open GarageBand. And we'll see. So we've got a few more minutes to do this. So we'll open GarageBand up. Start a new project. Okay, so let's see if it appears. So there's the mic. We want to connect with we want to change this setting here to iPhone. So there it is. All seems to be working, all good there. And we can create. I want to hear it. Cool. There we go. So it is working. Here's my iPhone, and here is iSymphonic. Cool shit, yeah? So it does work on iPhone, does work on iPad. Absolutely fantastic, folks. So hope you all got something out of this. Yes, and Mononoke is awesome. So if you're going to get it now, because it's sick and I can't wait to do a show on it. But right up next, we're going to have a 10-minute break. I'll be back with a much better setup. Everything will be running much smoother. And we are going to play some guitar, some vocals, some piano through the amazing FabFilter Pro R. So, yep, hang around, stick over here on the channel. Things will be much better, I promise you that, than this stream. Thanks for bearing with me through this nightmare. But I'll see you really soon, because, as usual, it's that music. There it is. The music telling me to fuck off. All right, folks. We'll see you really soon. Ciao for now.